This is Milan. It's a cool city. And Milan is also one of the world famous football cities. But I didn't come here to visit the San Siro. The San what? I took a train 40 minutes-ish north to here, the town of Como, on Lake Como. Famous beauty spot and retreat of Hollywood celebrities like George Clooney and who was the other one? Madonna. It is a beautiful place and possibly the most scenically located football stadium in Europe. The main rivals are Lecco, which is here on the other branch of the lake, and then basically any club from the Lombardy region, like Monza. They got a few nicknames, including the Voltiani, after Alessandro Volta, who was from the city. Actually, the stadium is a stone's throw from this museum dedicated to him, so that's worth a visit. He was an early pioneer in electricity, and you can take a look at some of his inventions and stuff. So according to the club website, in 1906 the local rowing club played a football match on the shore where the stadium is now, refereed by Buffalo Bill against the Native Americans who were touring Europe with him in his show. And that's what inspired the founding of the club a year later. So pretty cool founding story if that's true. They've been in Serie A few times since then, but their best period was a 5-year stretch in the 1980s. They were up again for one season in 2002-03, but then went crashing down the leagues and went bankrupt multiple times. After the last time, in 2017, they were bought at auction by Michael Essien's wife, and then in 2019 by the current owners, the Indonesian Hartono family. And that means they now have the richest owners in all of Italian football. So you could be seeing a lot more of them in the future. This is a club badge since the takeover. 1907 was the founding year. Water, because it's on a lake. The blue cross is a bit harder to explain. Every previous version had the city's flag on it, which is a red flag and a white cross. I guess the owners just wanted less going on. When I was there, it seemed like all the fans I saw were still using some version of the old one, the red one. So I'd be interested to know in the comments what any Como fans think of the change, because I know how it feels when a rich owner messes with that kind of thing. Overall though, it seems like the owners are doing a good job investing in the facilities, the team, the community. They've shot back up to Serie B, the second tier where they are now, but they're on the verge of a return to Serie A. Okay, so the football situation from here in Lake Como, in Serie B, the first and second place team get promoted automatically, and the third place team only get promoted automatically if they're 14 points ahead of the fourth place team. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen this season. So Como need to come first or second. Fuck, it's cold. That's in their hands this year. Anyone who saw my Wales away Latvia video will know that I and a lot of the other Wales fans are big Osian Roberts fans. But we can't talk about Como without talking also about Cesc Fabregas. He finished his playing career here. Last summer he got given the head coach job, but he didn't have his UEFA Pro license yet, so he they only gave him the job for a month and then brought in Roberts. So yeah, Roberts is listed as caretaker manager. So it does seem like, rather than this being a long-term thing, Fabregas is sort of being groomed in a good way for the top job. Who knows if that changes, if they secure promotion, if they want Osian to stay on or if he wants to stay on. But yeah, Osian has mainly in senior football been, you know, technical director or assistant. But whatever the setup now is at Como, he's proven he can do it as the main man as well. I found this article on a Italian news website. It's an interview with Roberts, and the headline is I always discuss with Fabregas, but in the end I decide. And the text says, there's a paywall, but the part of the text you can see says, anyone who thinks that Osian Roberts is at Como because he has the UEFA Pro license, which Fabregas still lacks, is sadly mistaken. To understand the stature of this 58-year-old Welshman, you need to be told the path that led him to become a formidable football man. Roberts is one of those who issues the UEFA Pro license. So yeah, that article's sort of saying, yeah, he's not just here because Fabregas couldn't be manager yet, but the fact that it says whoever thinks that he's only here for that sort of implies some people do think that. So I don't know who people see as the main man here, Roberts or Fabregas, or if people see it as like 50-50, or what's going to happen next season. But yeah, like I said, they've been, football-wise, they've been doing very well. They've been on an absolute tear. It's match day now. It's supposed to be a rainy one. It's a team from a town called Cittadella, and I'd never heard of it, but it looks like a really nice place from the pictures. And they're in 10th, and with Como's form, you gotta think they're big favourites, but Cittadella can still make the playoffs, so it's all to play for. And I just realised that I think my ticket's an away ticket, so probably won't be wearing this when I go out to the game in a couple of hours. Took a walk around the stadium the day before. It's right on the lake between this World War I memorial and the Aero Club. When I was there was constantly seaplanes taking off and landing on the lake, which was pretty cool. So this is the entrance to the main stand, the only one with the roof, which apparently has been having some leaking problems. Apparently the new owners have been sort of running around, putting out fires constantly, fixing stuff, trying to upgrade stuff in the stadium. Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia, named after this man. He was a rower who died in World War I, and he was a Como native. Built in 1927 at the request of some guy called Mussolini, and every stand has been renovated or replaced at various times since then. So I think anything left from that original stadium is quite hard to spot, probably all structural. You can find black and white images online of the original. Looks pretty different. Capacity is quite hard to pin down. You get different numbers from different places. I think that's because they just added about 1,000 seats. I think it's around 15,000 now. Thing is, Serie A requires, I think, 20,000 minimum, and there's a few other problems with the stadium as well. A few other requirements they need to meet, like VIP facilities, parking and stuff. So they've got a bit of a race against time if they want to actually play in the city in Serie A next season. The owners have said they plan on upgrading the stadium bit by bit, like Atalanta did. Yeah, seen better days is probably a kind way of putting it. It's a bit of a throwback, a bit tired looking, and a bit of a hodgepodge, like no stand is the same as any other stand. I quite like that though. Thought maybe these stone eagles or these things might be original features, but I couldn't find anything about them. Maybe you can let me know if you know. So the western side is made up of these two temporary scaffold stands that they put up last time they got promoted to Serie to increase the capacity. And they look temporary, you can see just by looking at them. This is where the ultras all sit. There's two parts of the stadium that aren't being used currently. They haven't got seats, so whether they'll add seats to these bits, update them, make them usable, I don't know, that could be something to look at. 2 hours before kickoff, seems like the Aero Club is the place to be. €5 a Moretti. I've definitely had beers in uglier spots. Slightly awkward moment where the guy tried to stop me because of the camera, but his supervisor let me in the end. Then I got sopping wet and was forced to take shelter at the bar and get a beer. I'll shut up and turn the music off once the away fan buses arrive and drown out the stadium's copyrighted pre-kickoff playlist. But some final thoughts. Exciting times ahead for Como fans, but also challenging time to keep the soul of the club maybe. There'll be lots of new fans, shiny new stadium, a lot of jealousy, pay to win accusations, and a lot more foreign weirdos like me turning up and snooping around. I hope whatever the new stadium does look like, that you can still see the lake from the stands. And I'm glad I came when I did to see the end of an era. This video could be a bit of a time capsule in a few years. I'll turn the music off and show some match clips. Atmosphere was great, home and away. Crazy second half where Como came back to win 2-1 right at the death. And actually the last clip of the video is a clip I caught on my phone of the winning goal.
Yeah.